What we buy and the way we buy it is changing. Every day, millions of tons of essential goods crisscross the UK, making their way directly to our homes. Hello, who's that?
Oh, this could be a problem.
More and more, we're relying on a hidden army to keep us supplied and alive.
It's looking rather clean in here, Paul. I bet he did that especially because you knew I was coming. Is it normally this clean?
This is not our van.
Right, you lead the way.
Now I'm going to join those workers on the front line.
97 marbles left to make, Don.
How many? Put it on the conveyor belt, yeah?
No.
Oh, you dirty...
From some of the most famous companies in Britain. And I'll be finding out the answers to all your consumer questions.
Take photos, collect up evidence and get in touch with the retailers.
About our best loved products as I follow their journey from the factory floor.
My nerves are jangling, Dom.
Don't you worry. Oh, no, I've broke it, look.
To our front doors.
Morning.
Morning.
Oh, crikey, almost dropped it. That's a very happy customer. As we take a look at this newfound respect for those who provide a lifeline for all of us across Britain. Ship happy.
Morning.
Today, I'm going to be following a delivery that's very close to my heart because I love them. 70% of us Brits own one and 31 million are registered in the UK. What am I talking about? Cars. Well, we all love a toy car, but this is going to be big, really big. I'll be revealing the secrets of just how a car gets from the factory to the forecourt.
No pressure, but don't forget this is my car.
Oh, it is, yeah, I forgot about that.
If second-hand cars rev your engine, we've got the insider know-how when it comes to buying a used motor.
Click on MOT history. It will bring up any MOT the car has ever had, whether it's a pass or a fail.
And we'll be showing you the latest way to drive a car without actually owning it.
You can unlock the car by using the app, your phone or your card.
This huge double-decker transporter needs to be filled with brand new cars, including one that I'm going to help deliver to Bristol and a customer called Alison.
It's quite special. It's not often that you have a new car.
But first, I need to see how the company go about making a brand new motor.
This place is amazing. It's massive and it's got that industrial smell to it. And there's robots working around you. It's a bit like being on a film set, like Terminator 2 with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It takes around 42 hours to make each car, and this high-end production line is in operation 24 hours a day, capable of producing an unbelievable 5,000 vehicles a week for delivery, not just across the UK, but to customers all over the world. And to do that, they need truckloads of parts.
Morning.
Morning.
What's your name?
Gary.
Lovely to meet you, Gary. Dominic. Are you under time pressure because these have got to be delivered on a certain...
Well, yeah, it's on a just-in-time basis, yeah.
Gary's not kidding. These parts are heading straight for the assembly line. And this is just one of over 80 deliveries a day from the company's press plant in Swindon.
Just look at this. You've got bonnets, doors, tailgates. I'm surrounded by car parts. And it's a little bit like when you're a kid and you take all those bits out of the box, you stick them all together, and then you're left with either a car or an aeroplane. I mean, this is the sort of job I would love.
These parts are needed at the start of the assembly line where the outer shell of the car gets built.
Where is everybody? I've not seen a human yet.
All I can see are robots. Hang on a minute. Bingo.
Finally!
Hello.
A human being. I'm surrounded by robots here. What's your name?
Nicola.
I had a horrible feeling you were going to say cyborg number 12 then. What's your job here, Nicola?
To keep the robots going, make sure they don't stop and misbehave.
Is that the worst thing that can happen here, is production suddenly stops?
So if we stop, it holds the production further forward.
Nicola's robots all have their own number, and she watches this grid to make sure they all behave.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh,
red.
no.
It's gone red.
Oh, it's gone already. A maintenance person would have responded to that and they would have reset it and fixed it.
You must have maintenance people in starting blocks like this, right? Ready and waiting, and go, red!
Yeah, that's our aim, to get the
Is it really?
reaction time as quick as possible, yeah.
After robots deliver the finished shell, it's up to good old-fashioned humans like me to check their work and polish out any imperfections, using special gloves.
Right, which part of the body do you want me to rub?
Apparently, lasers have detected a flaw on the front left of the bonnet, and I've been challenged to find it.
So there's a defect here, is there? Is it under there? Is that it? It's gone? So I couldn't even feel that. So I mean, these guys are really looking for minute imperfections,
Really, really
aren't they?
tiny stuff.
Bodywork perfect, no thanks to me. Next stop is the paint shop. From here on in, every single car is made to order, which means any problems or mistakes will delay the delivery.
Henry Ford once said, you can choose your car in whatever colour you like, as long as it's black. Nowadays, of course, people can choose whatever colour they like.
And my customer Alison wants chili red with a white roof.
You must be Wayne.
Hello, Dom, yes.
Oh, look at that car now coming alive. It's such a nice choice of colour. If you're a vibrant
Beautiful,
person,
beautiful.
But how do you get the white roof?
We would just take that car, we'd wrap it in plastic film, leaving the open roof to application. And 2 more robots would apply the paint on top of the different colour that the customer wants.
What's the most popular colour at the moment?
British Racing Green is a very popular one. That's my personal favourite, to be fair.
My least favourite.
Your least favourite, okay. But I would probably say Pepper White and Midnight Black.
And what amount of time will it take from the start of the paint process to the very end?
About 13 to 14 hours.
That's like a third of the whole build process.
It is.
Of course, I haven't got that kind of time to hang around. I'm on a deadline. So let's fast forward to the next step, turning this metal shell into a drivable motor.
Has anyone ever said to you, you're only supposed to take the doors off?
Absolutely.
I think you've heard it a million times, haven't you?
It might look like a step backwards, but taking the doors off makes it easier to fit everything inside. And there's a lot of kitting out needed, all to the exact spec ordered by a customer. In our Alison's case, that's leather seats.
I'll tell you what, you put that in quickly, don't you?
And like 20% of the customers for these new cars, she's also ordered an electric engine.
You see this massive black item here in the shape of the letter T that looks like Thor's hammer? That is the way of the future. That is the battery pack of the car.
And with a few more additions, we finally have a car.
This is amazing. This is the end of the assembly line.
But these cars aren't roadworthy just yet.
Superb. Thanks a lot, buddy.
They need some thorough testing before they can be delivered to customers. And that means taking them for a drive. Now, the company have agreed to let me loose on their purpose-built test track. But they won't trust me with my customer's car, so I'm having to drive a lookalike. Under strict supervision.
Are you ready, Glenn?
Ready, Dom. In front of you here, you'll see drain lids, same as what you'd see on the highway. And you can see they're staggered.
Yes.
They give the left and a right impact to the suspension.
No customer wants a brand new car that creaks or rattles. So the aim of this test drive is to check for any noises that shouldn't be there.
Oh, now these cobblestones are very aggressive, aren't they, these ones?
These are designed that way to loosen up any fixings, removing them from wherever they're trapped.
Of course, any sounds are more noticeable with a silent electric engine. And if my customer Alison's car gets a red light, it will need to be reworked, and that could cause havoc with the delivery schedule.
How often do you end up rejecting a car because something's not quite right at this stage?
We would expect 1 or 2 cars an hour to be rejected.
Oh, really?
That's about 5%, so the odds are in Alison's favour. Fingers crossed.
Go a little bit slower.
OK.
Making me nervous.
Am I? Am I really making you nervous?
Well, this car's passed its test, even if my driving hasn't.
Get out of the way, you road hog.
But we're far from the end of the road when it comes to delivering Alison's car.
Well, that's the manufacturing and testing done. Now we need to get my customer's car to the dealership in Bristol. And for that, we're going to need one of those.
20 of these giant transporters collect cars from here every day, delivering to all 4 corners of the UK. And this one has the huge responsibility of getting Alison's car to Bristol safely and on schedule.
Morning.
Morning, Dom.
Gareth?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what, looking at this thing, it's an awful lot bigger when you're up close to them, isn't it?
Isn't it, yeah.
Well, I know you're against the clock, so shall we crack on?
Yep, let's get going.
All right.
But my customer's car is just one of the motors that need to be loaded.
We're putting a full load of 11 on.
11 cars on this one trailer.
It's going to be a tight fit.
Yeah. I was expecting it just to be a case of driving them on, lifting the ramp up and then putting more on. But there's not. There's a whole lot more going on here. Right. You got 15 levers there, another 3 there, buttons everywhere, 2, 4, 5, 6.
Yep.
It's like you're launching a space rocket.
It is.
How do you remember what each lever does?
It's all up there. It's lots of training, just experience using the transporter and just getting used to it, you know, day in, day out.
Yeah, but when you were still wet behind the ears, I bet you made a few mistakes, didn't you?
It takes a long time to learn it, yeah.
What's the worst thing that's ever happened?
I don't think I dare say that on camera.
No, I'm not having that, Gareth. You've got to tell me. Did you crush one? Go on,
No,
tell
not
us.
crush one. No, not crush them. We never crush them.
OK.
We never crush them.
Glad to hear it. Now, it usually takes about 90 minutes to fully load one of these bad boys with new cars, and I can't afford any delays.
Gareth, is there anything I can actually do to help?
Yeah, you can come and pull some cars up to the truck just
Good.
to save me a job.
With 2 of us behind the wheels, we'll get these cars on in no time.
Yeah, so I'll take this first one and then you can drive the second one up ready for me. But like I
I'll
say,
take the first one.
you take the first one and put
OK.
the ramps in. I'll bring the second one up.
It's a big responsibility, this.
Do you know what? When you know you're in someone else's car, you know, and they got all that excitement and enthusiasm about picking it up and everything, yeah, I'd be terrified now if I did something wrong, scratched it or left a big dirty footprint on there.
What? You didn't think they'd actually let me drive it on, did you?
You know, I was really tempted to take that right to the top of the ramp then.
They're my responsibility, these, Dom.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
I'll show you how it's done now, all right?
Go on then, go on then.
I'm under pressure now, aren't I, though?
You certainly are.
It might look easy, but driving 7-inch tyres onto a 2-foot wide track leaves little room for error. Oh, watch your head.
That's a fair incline in a tight space. Had a guess, Gareth. How many times do you reckon you've driven a car up there?
Over $500,000, probably, as a guess.
I bet you wish you got paid £1 a time, didn't you?
I wouldn't be studying now if I did.
1 down, 10 to go.
Come on, Gareth, shake a leg.
I've got a customer waiting and I don't want to be late.
Come on, Gareth.
I'm going as fast as I can.
Time's ticking.
We've not even finished filling the first ramp yet. Surely we can go quicker than this.
Gareth, why do you need the straps? I mean, they're on there, they're safe, the handbrake's on, they're in park. You don't really need that, do you?
Well, we're travelling, you know, 200-300 miles with these cars sometimes.
Yeah.
So they've got to be chocked and they've got to be strapped. If we don't strap them, that car's coming off.
Seriously?
Yeah. These cars are worth a lot of money. That's why we take all the precautions we can.
When you think about it, that's fully loaded. You've probably got somewhere close to £500,000 worth of goods on the back.
Easily. Well, the truck alone, without putting any cars on, is £270,000.
Crikey, this is easily the most expensive and potentially dangerous delivery I've done to date. And yet Gareth is giving me even more responsibility.
Top deck's loaded. Going to get you to lift it right the way up in the air.
Yep.
You're going to be using those red levers, trying to keep it as level as possible.
Gotcha.
Purely on those red levers, though, Dom.
Yeah.
No
okay.
more.
Don't you worry,
I'm
Gareth.
panicking already,
What
mate.
could possibly go wrong? Right, so level it up. All clear?
Actually, pull it right towards you. Keep going.
I can feel Gareth's eyes burning the back of my head.
I'm watching him like a hawk. One wrong lever and that's it. We're writing a car off, Dom, if you're not careful.
Don't you worry.
I'm panicking now. Like an expectant father stood here. Right, do your front end now a bit.
Gordon Bennett, talk about backseat driver.
Bit on the front again now, please, Dom.
If you think that's level, Gareth, I wouldn't want to see the shelves in your house.
Wait till you take it to the top and then it'll be level.
I'm reaching for the sky, Gareth.
My nerves are jangling, Dom.
Don't you worry.
My life in your hands, mate.
That's the front one locked out.
The back one locked
Back
out.
one. Job's
Job's
done.
a good one. We'll make a transporter driver out of you yet, Dom.
I must have impressed him because now Gareth's letting me up the ramp.
You go in the back, like one of the kids, and I'll show you how it's done, mate.
Like one of the kids.
Are you in?
I'm in.
Let's give it a go.
Well, we are going backwards.
Are you holding tight, Dom?
Yep.
Nice and smooth.
Oh, I'll tell you what, the angle certainly surprises you.
This is a bit more hair-raising than I was expecting.
Oh, it's steep.
There you go.
And I'm not enjoying the view coming down either.
I'll tell you what, it's a bit nerve-wracking up here because it's very thin, it's very wobbly.
It's pretty high, isn't it, Dom? You've got to have your wits about you doing something like this. Obviously, you want to go home on a Friday, you know what I mean? You don't want to go home injured.
I'd rather go home on a Wednesday. Driving a new car is lovely, but it don't come cheap. When you think of things like tax, MOT, insurance, the list goes on and on and on, some people don't actually want to own one. So if you need a car, but you don't want all that hassle, there is a new way you can get yourself driving.
It's something called a car club. Chad Thompson uses them regularly and has agreed to give us some insider tips. But first things first, what is a car club?
It's a bit like hiring a car, but quick and simple, like you would do in a major city where you hire a bike. You can pick up a car whenever you need one. You don't have to worry about having your own parking space. You also don't have to worry about insurance, tax and MOT. It's quick and easy to sign up. Visit their website. They've got various plans depending on the provider that you go for. All you need is your driving licence as well as 2 proof of ID. You can even upload a provisional licence. Using Car Club is actually a great way to practice your driving skills. I've got the app on my phone. I'm going to talk you through how to pick up a car.
So, how does it work?
I'm going to book a car for about 10 minutes time for about half an hour or so. You can create a reservation within a matter of seconds. The app will already know your location, bearing in mind it's already switched on. I click search. It will display all the cars nearest to me. I can also view them on a map as well. If a car is available, it will show it in the green. So I found the car I want. I just click on that. Just confirm I'm happy with the price and the time that I've chosen. I can also edit that as well. And there I go. So I found my car. The app has confirmed that the license plate is correct. You can unlock the car by using the app, your phone or your card. You just heard that click, that means the car is unlocked. Now that you've gained access to the car, you need to actually be able to start the car. Your key will be located in the glove box here. You'll need to put your pre-prepared PIN into the keypad. It will confirm what time the car is booked for and just remove the key. So now that you've got your key, you're ready to go. But just one thing before you do. All cars come with a damage checker. So it's really important to check your car before you set off. Make sure you take any photos of any damages that you see on the car and send it to them, because you don't want to get any nasty charges at the end.
What about fuel?
So your fuel card is located in the glove compartment. Remove it and take it into any petrol station along with your debit card. When you've finished, make sure you keep your receipt and send it on to the provider. You only pay for the distance that you use. If it's a petrol car, that could be 20p per mile, or if it's an electric car, that could be 5p per mile.
And how do you return the car?
So let's say you're running a little bit late. Don't worry, it's quick and easy to extend your reservation. You can do this by using the keypad in the glove box, by pulling over, using your phone safely, by using the app, or contacting them by phone. You have to return the car back to the parking space that you've got in. I'm just going to pull up here. Make sure you return the key back to the onboard computer. Insert the fob here. It's going to ask you to make sure that all the lights are off in the car. You say yes. Check that you've got all your belongings and you're good to go. Great, so now that your journey is over, simple process again just to close the car. Just be aware, you could be fined if you are late back to your car.
I've had that done to me. It's not very nice.
Today, I'm following the delivery process of an iconic British car, all the way from the factory to the forecourt, and my customer Alison in Bristol. The transporter is ready to go.
This is my customer Alison's actual car. Let's check the spec. Right alloys? Yes. Correct colour, white roof, sunroof. Interior trim, automatic and electric. Now, I'm not very accustomed to electric cars, so I'm really looking forward to getting out there and having a blast. Cue the Top Gun music.
Stop, Dom. Fire enough, mate.
Is that it? Can I not just go around the car park once?
No, customer car, mate.
I'll never go to a party with you.
No, it's all right, mate. No worries.
Although, if there's a scratch on this baby, I'm the one who's going to have to face Alison in just over 6 hours' time.
Pressure's on now, Dom. Pressure's on.
I'm not sure I can watch. So that's Alison's car on, but we can't go anywhere just yet. At the moment, the transporter's too tall to go on the road. Leave the depot like this and it could plough into a bridge. I don't need to tell you what that could do to the schedule or its precious cargo.
So there's not much margin for error under here.
And it's all by line of sight.
It's all by line of sight, is that?
The decks need to be lowered to within 4 inches of each other.
No pressure, but don't forget it's got a panoramic glass roof. All right.
So it's a double whammy if this goes wrong, isn't it?
Yep.
It's all starting to look a bit squashed, and Alison didn't order a convertible.
I wouldn't want it any closer.
No, that's about the limit. We're happy with that.
If you're happy, I'm happy.
Good, good. That's the main thing.
Right.
Bristol, here we come.
Rock and roll, Dom. Seatbelt
Right.
on.
Yep.
There you go. Out in the big truck.
Hey,
All right, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, you mentioned the word big there. It is massive.
Even getting out of the gate's a bit of a tight squeeze.
How much room did you have either side then? A foot?
Not a lot. Yeah, about that.
I have to say, I'm glad I'm not sat behind the wheel. It's not just the size of this thing. Gareth is driving over £500,000 worth of vehicle, so any mistakes would be very expensive.
Obviously, we've got to avoid low bridges. And the other problem we've got this time of year is overhanging trees as well. They can do a lot of damage to a car.
Crikey, yeah, I didn't think of that. Well, have you ever had that happen to you? Overhanging trees damage the stock?
Overhanging trees can do a lot of damage to cars.
Wow.
Scratches down on them, so you've got to really have your wits about you.
That's the sort of thing a regular motorist like myself wouldn't even think about.
And here I was thinking all I had to worry about now was getting Alison's car delivered to her on time.
For whatever reason, have you ever not been able to make your drop-off that day?
Yeah, quite often you get traffic problems out and about. Occasionally you'll get like maybe a blowout where a tyre blows out. And obviously that throws your schedule completely out the window. So sometimes what should have been there today is delivered tomorrow.
And as a professional driver, if you have to sleep in this for reasons beyond your control, would you be looked after financially?
Yeah, we get what's called night out money. But we've got all the mod cons, so we make the most of it when you get a night out.
I can't see a mod con in the way of a lavatory, though.
Talking of which, time for a comfort break. And after our quick pit stop, Gareth needs to refuel the transporter.
Tank on both sides, where one side holds about 300 litres, that's about 150 litres, so about 450 litres in total.
Wow. How much would that cost to fill up?
Oh, around about the £600 mark, Dom.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Have you got one of those reward cards where you get goods for the points?
Unfortunately, we can't use them when we fill the truck up. That's a shame.
And how long will 600 litres last you?
Do about a day and a half's driving, so maybe 12 hours driving, something like that, and then you're filling up again.
£600 every 2 days?
Yeah.
Crikey, that drinks more than a fish.
Yep, does a bit.
Talking of drinking, I could do with a cuppa, but we don't have time if we're going to make our Bristol delivery deadline.
If I was a long-distance truck driver, I would fall into that trap of pulling in at the service stations and eating hot sausage rolls, croissants, all the sort of junky, nice sweet foods that you shouldn't really eat.
It's hard, Dom. It's really hard. There's so much temptation out there. I have a fridge in this truck.
A fridge?
And I normally just try and stock it with, you know, slightly more healthy stuff.
I'm going to check.
Ah,
okay.
Apples.
Orange juice. Satsumas.
There might be the odd chocolate bar in there, Don, but keep it quiet, mate.
Right, you're allowed a little treat every now and again. Have you ever really thought about the fact what you're delivering is not cars, it's happiness?
Yeah, you know, people work hard, they reward themselves, and yeah, you're delivering somebody's, you know, dream car.
It's like Christmas, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, we're like Santa Claus, aren't we?
I'll tell you what, if we were Santa Claus, there'd be a lot of kids scared on Christmas morning, wouldn't they? With us coming down the chimney.
Right,
Yeah. Oh, who's that?
Hello?
Hi Gareth, it's James from the dealership.
Oh, hi James, you all right, mate?
Yeah, very well. Have you got an ETA for the transporter?
Yeah, we're doing well. Should be with you, what, just over 20 minutes, if that's okay?
That's absolutely perfect. I look forward to seeing you then.
Lovely. See you shortly, James. Thanks a lot, mate.
Thanks, Gareth.
Cheers, bye. Bye for now, bye.
20 minutes will get us to Bristol just in time for the checks before Alison arrives. Shane Gareth can't put his foot down.
You legally can't go over what speed?
The maximum I can go on a road like this, the motorway, is 60 mile an hour.
You wouldn't really want to be doing faster than that in a 44-ton lorry.
Not in this, Dom, no. 60 is more than enough.
Another 10 minutes closer to Bristol and I'd be really happy with 60 miles an hour right now. But traffic has meant we're almost at a standstill and the delivery is in jeopardy.
Yep, usual chaos now.
Okay, so we've got a bit of a, it just looks like a breakdown.
Yeah. Nothing.
Thankfully it's not an accident.
Fortunately.
That car's still got to be prepared for Alison, so I can't afford any big delays, can we really?
As soon as that's off my truck, I'll be happy, Don. Because that's my job done then, and it's your problem then.
Have you ever tried to work? Oh no, more traffic.
Oh, no, we don't need this, mate. We don't need this.
Queue ahead, 50 mile an hour. Well, at least it's not 20 mile an hour.
No,
Which...
50's a start, isn't it? 50.
How many miles we've got left?
About 3.5 miles, Dom, so it shouldn't be too bad, hopefully.
Right, okay.
Shouldn't be too bad.
Thanks to some heavy traffic, we're now behind schedule, so we need to get Alison's car off the back of this transporter and into the dealership as quickly as possible.
Alison's en route to pick her car up, but in addition to that, there's some stripes that have got to be fitted, and we just found out the guy putting them on has got a very important appointment and he needs to leave in about half an hour.
Right, here goes.
In your own time, Gareth. I'll tell you what, when you look, there's about that much gap between that and that rack. Whew. In your own time, Garth. All right. Shake a leg.
We've got just 2 hours 20 until Alison arrives.
Is that it? Leave it there.
I think so, like, yeah. All yours. You can sort it out now. I've done my bit.
Give me an elbow, mate.
See you, matey.
It's been a pleasure. A pleasure.
Take care. See you, bye.
See you, mate. Finally, another chance to actually drive the car. Yes.
I've got to take this car to Mr. Stripe.
Well, I've doubled my mileage. 20 metres now. Right, John. You're against the clock, aren't you?
I am.
You crack on. I'll talk to you while you're doing it.
John here is going to be granting Alison's final specification wish. White go faster stripes on the bonnet.
So if you get these wrong, presumably you can't peel them off and have another go.
No, it's one time only, one shot.
And how often have you ever got it wrong?
Never.
Exactly.
All right, we make a template, which is the exact distance that stripe needs to be.
That was already equipped, so you've obviously done lots of these stripes before, haven't you?
Thousands, I would say.
What's the hardest customer request you've ever had to do to a vehicle?
Yeah, I've put flowers on a Porsche before.
Did you really?
Yeah, and they were a bit of an eccentric couple, and the only way they could keep it in the garden was if it had flowers all over it.
I'll tell you what, you're making this look easy.
It's more your own confidence that you know what you're doing.
So would you say don't be scared of doing it, or would you say leave it to the professionals?
Leave it to the professionals.
I knew you was going to say that.
And there we go.
It's a nice personal touch, though, isn't it? What is the worst thing that can happen? Would it be grit underneath or a bubble?
Yeah.
Grit.
Dirt is our enemy, basically.
If that happens, how do you get it out? Or can you get it out?
You can lift it, but on a day like today, you probably wouldn't have long.
So the heat makes this all cure quickly?
It literally grabs.
Yep.
And then it's just a visual check.
Yep.
Check there's no bubbles.
Crikey, that was quick. What a skill. John might have got us back on schedule.
Hi there.
Hello, Dom.
Hi, who are you?
I'm Chris. I'm the services manager here.
Chris, so what happens next?
Well, actually, Dom, we're pretty time critical. So we need to get Alison's car into the workshop as quick as we can. Really need to get it PDI'd pretty smarted.
That's pre-delivery inspection.
Pre-delivery inspections.
Right.
We'll have a full inspection of the car. I do need to crack on, though, Dom. So if you want to follow us on round.
Yeah, feel free. OK, it's all systems go here, isn't it?
There's only 2 hours left to get this car ready for Alison.
Hiya.
Hi Dom, you all right?
Yep.
I'll get you to put the gloves on if that's all right.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah,
Cool.
OK.
What we're doing now, we're going to do the pre-delivery inspection, so I'm going to crack on with that now.
How small are your hands?
Mediums.
I can't even get my fingers
We
in
can get
there.
some larges.
Have you got... Where's the box?
Over here.
Righto.
Not going to get in, are we? Let's grab some more.
Alison, if your car's late today, I do apologise. It's the gloves that Neil is giving me.
That's all right. Third time lucky. See if they will say
Right,
better.
superb. OK, these ones feel better quality. Oh, much better. So what's first, mate?
So we've got the ramp legs under, so we can get the vehicle up in the air. We can check for any damage, make sure components are OK. So we'll take it just off the ground so we can get the wheels torqued up, which I can get you to do for me if you want.
Yep.
Well, you know me. Torque is something I'm good at.
So you want the wheels up to 140 newton metres. All yours.
Brilliant. Right, so 140 newton
140 newton metres, yeah.
Let's go around and check all of them.
There you go.
Perfect.
Neil and I should have this cracked in no time.
Right, all done. Just leave that there, yeah?
That's brilliant. I can get you to do the tyre pressures if that's all right.
OK. We're not doing Gareth's articulated lorry at the same time, are we?
Right. Most of the weight is at the front on this.
Yep.
So we go 2.4 on the front, 2.2 on the rear.
Okie doke. Right.
So I'm not allowed behind the wheel, but I can blow the tyres up.
Well, I can't see it that clearly because I haven't got my glasses on.
Oh dear, that's embarrassing. I hope this doesn't put us behind schedule again. Anyway, onwards and upwards. And things are looking up for me too.
You crack on.
Thank you, Chris.
Lovely cuppa, but no time for a tea break. Well, not for Neil anyway.
All OK?
All good. Right, so we're going to go halfway down now and have a little look around.
Yep.
In that case, I guess I better move. Neil's bringing the car to eye level so we can check the tyres and bodywork are perfect. Any damage at this stage would be a disaster for Alison's delivery.
So we're just going to check around, make sure there's no nicks in any of the tyres.
Yep.
Obviously, make sure the wheels are OK. Also, on some of them, to prevent too much movement on the transporter, they do sometimes have spring blocks. Not on this vehicle, but it's just worth checking to make sure.
If you accidentally forgot those, it would give you a terribly loud, noisy ride.
Yeah, and it'd be the most firm ride you've ever experienced in your life, I'd imagine.
Really, like riding a wooden rocking horse.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
Definitely not what Alison ordered. Luckily, the wheels and bodywork all look pristine. That must be us done.
So now it's just a few finishing touches, number plates, centre caps, and the aerial we'll get doing, then we'll get on to the diagnostic side of it, where we take it out of transport mode.
Right, OK.
So, caps, check. Aerial, check. Licence plate, check.
The next stage is to do the computer side of it.
Yep.
Crikey, this process has more checks than a McLeod tartan. Alison's arriving in just over an hour.
Now we're going to go over to the computer and we're going to connect to the computer wirelessly.
Right.
And Neil still needs to take the car out of transit mode.
Let's just say hypothetically, I know it wouldn't happen, but one of these went out in transit mode.
Yep.
What would that actually mean to the person driving that car?
A lot of the things wouldn't work. So your navigation wouldn't work. Most of the screens won't work. You can drive it and that's about it.
In other words, half the fancy spec Alison's ordered won't actually work, so it better not be computer says no.
If there was a problem, would something red flash up?
They go yellow. So if there's a problem with one of them, if they're not responding, they tend to go yellow,
Yep.
which is the indication straight away, even before it's finished, that you know where the fault's originating from.
If I didn't have gloves on, I'd be biting my nails. If the car fails now, it can't be handed over to Alison.
Right, so is that now finished?
All finished.
And?
Ready to go.
Faultless.
Faultless.
Brilliant.
Of course, there's all these checks and a good old guarantee when you can afford to buy a new car. But 8 million of us buy a used vehicle every year. So how can we make sure that we bag a bargain and not a banger? I've asked top mechanic Louise Baker to tell us what to look out for.
The first thing I'll always say is get the registration number. Go onto a search engine and type in MOT history. Once you get that, it will bring you to a government website page. There, you can enter the registration number. It pulls up the reg, what car it is, the colour, the fuel, the date it was first registered, and it will also bring up when the MOT expires, which is always handy when haggling. Click on MOT history. It will bring up any MOT the car has ever had, whether it's a pass or a fail. It'll also show you any other repairs it's had done in the past. Your second check is to do a HPI check. This will show whether the car has been in any insurance write-offs, any outstanding finance, or if it's been stolen or recovered, but there is a small charge for a HPI check. Before you do anything, make sure the car is cold. Put your hand on the bonnet and just make sure it's cool to touch. You don't want it to have been running before you've got there and have any nasty surprises when you come to start it on a cold morning. Once you've done that, hop in. While the car's getting nice and warm, take the opportunity to check that everything works. Turn the radio on, play with the volume, make your windows go up and down, front and rear. Make sure the heaters work. You want it all to work and properly. Leave the car running, then hop out and check the rest of it. Look round the back of the car. Look for smoke coming out of the exhaust. Blue smoke will be oil burning. Black smoke may possibly be fuel. White smoke is normal on start-up as it could just be condensation. But as the car gets warmer, if that smoke gets worse, it may be something that's going to cost you money in the future. Start from the left and work your way around. Power steering fluid you need to check. Just make sure the level's on point. There is a minimum and maximum. Should be a nice green consistency. Expansion tank, this is your coolant. There should be a nice red, blue or green depending on the car. And check for any residue, any mayonnaise in the cap. If there is, it could possibly be a sign of head gasket failure, but would need further investigation and that's going to be expensive. Check the brake fluid. Should be a nice gold colour, not black. If it's black, it could possibly require a brake fluid change. Remove the oil cap as well. Again, look for any residue in here. Also check for any mayonnaise around this as well. And then check the oil level. Oil should be gold and clear. Anything black would suggest a poorly maintained vehicle. Are the tyres good? Are there plenty of tread on there? Are they wearing? The second thing is, you don't want any rust or any rot. Don't be afraid to give things a tap. And the third thing is panel damage. You want to make sure that the car is asymmetric and there's no signs of any impact or any damage. Make sure you're not fighting the steering. You don't want it to pull to the left or pull to the right. You want it to drive straight. Go on straight roads, windy roads, any road you can find, especially one with speed bumps. The speed bumps will give you that any knocks, any rattles, any bangs, any clunks, all the noises you're listening out for. You don't want any strange noises. Last but not least, make sure you've got a folder with all the relevant documentation in it. Most importantly, a service book. Make sure it's all stamped and up to date and all the mileage checks out. Also, a logbook. Don't buy a car without a logbook. Make sure the person you're buying it off is a registered keeper. And also a dead giveaway if it's been in a smash. Is it on the front of the logbook? I really like this. It does everything it says on the tin. Everything it's supposed to do. I think I'll take it.
We've just over 45 minutes before my customer arrives to pick up her brand new car.
One final hurdle, and that's a full valet before Alison gets here.
Now, which way is the racetrack? I mean, the car wash. Every customer's car gets a valet service, even if the car's only driven 200 metres.
Anything I can do to help, you just tell me what to do.
We have some wheel cleaner. All yours.
Have you got gloves?
Yes.
Ah.
You have a big hand.
Yeah, I know. Okie dokes, you want me to go round and
yes,
just
please.
spray the wheels,
yes,
yeah?
Please, yeah.
Tyres and alloys, yeah?
Yes, please.
No problem. Right, same again, yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, they're pretty clean anyhow, aren't they?
Yeah, that's enough. You can do the next one, please.
Glad this is a quick job. I can hear the clock ticking.
Right, what next,
Cool.
Raz?
So the next step is you'll do the same job, but you will spray the car.
Oh, I better put the window up.
Yes, please.
Right, don't worry. I'll get round and do that. You crack on, do what you've got to do.
All right.
We're working
I'm watching
teams,
you.
yeah?
Yeah.
You don't need to watch me. Professional.
I don't think Raz trusts me.
And you want it everywhere except the wheels, correct?
Yes.
How many of these do you do a day, Raz?
Between 6 and 10.
What,
12.
just you?
Yeah, in the busy days.
Wow.
You do like more than 10.
Next, it's on to something I know lots about. Shampoo.
One for you,
Yep.
one for me.
Start at the top and work your way down. A bit like having a shower.
That's how I do it anyway. And I think I could use a shower after all this scrubbing. We definitely don't have time to go slow though. Alison's due to arrive in about half an hour and we're not finished yet. The inside of this car still needs to be cleaned and that happens in yet another workshop.
Right.
There's now no time to lose.
Does this peel off?
Yeah, but we don't do it because some customer they like to. Yeah.
Okay.
You are faster than me.
Doesn't mean I'm doing a better job though, does it?
I'm the one who has to face Alison if her car's not ready.
I'm winging it now, to be honest with you.
Beautiful.
Thank you, you're not bad yourself.
We're fast running out of time.
And look at that.
Alison is due any second.
Can I leave you with that and I'm going to go and introduce myself to the lady?
Yeah, a little bit.
Superb. Thanks, Raz.
No problem.
Cheers, bud.
In fact, Alison's already here. So the sales team will need to keep her distracted with a cuppa whilst we get the car into position. Phew, we just made it.
Behind those doors is your brand spanking new Mini. This is it now. This is the moment, isn't it? I can sense your excitement. Are you ready, Tammy? Yeah. Ian, you're too cool for to be excited. Alison, how are you feeling?
Excited.
You moments away?
Very, very excited.
Okay.
Oh, it's got a bow on it! Oh, fantastic! I've always wanted a car with a bow on it.
Easily pleased, Ian. See? Go in, have a look round. It's your car, isn't it?
Oh, dear.
Have a sit in it, see what you think.
It smells lovely. New car smell.
You smell nice.
I'm going to move your bow if that's okay.
Oh, it's lovely. It's beautiful. Very shiny.
Say in one word how you're feeling right now.
Lucky.
And with that, I'm now going to present you with the keys to your car.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you.
It's all yours.
Wow.
Enjoy and have many happy years motoring.
Thank you.
Don't forget, Tammy, one day this may be yours as a hand-me-down. Hey?
Well, that's it. One very happy family. So many people have contributed to putting those smiles on their faces. From the guys at the factory, making sure Alison's every wish was granted.
It's such a nice choice of colour. You're a vibrant
Beautiful,
person,
beautiful.
To Gareth and his monster transporter.
Pressure's on now, Dom. Pressure's on.
John and Neil checking everything was perfect.
We're not doing Gareth's articulated lorry at the same time, are we?
And Raz giving the car that final brilliant sparkle.
You are faster than me.
Doesn't mean I'm doing a better job, though, does it? Ciao!
Now, where's my limo?
Seriously?
Yeah.
It's not even a man's bike. It's like a kid's bike. Charming.